Hey guys, what's going on? Hopefully you are seeing this message before the 888 Lionsgate portal. I want to bring you this message because there's so much emphasis on manifestation with us being in this universal 8-year, 8-month, 8 days. The 888 portal is huge, okay? However, let's not forget that the number 8 is also a number of karma, okay? So the past few nights, I've been dreaming about old houses that I used to live in, old places that I used to live in, right? The most significant one was a home that I lived in that I sold maybe about 2 years ago. It's been about 2 years now since I sold the house. Anyway, long story short, I'm in the house. I'm there with some people. However, I know that I have no business in this house, right? I know that this is no longer my house. This is no longer my energetic frequency. I no longer occupy this space. So I know that I don't belong there, but I knew that I had to go there to do something. And it's so interesting because that particular house, I was living on my Saturn line, and 8 is ruled by Saturn. The number 8 is ruled by Saturn. So I'm in the house and somebody's upstairs and they said they see roaches. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm downstairs in the living room and I'm like, okay, I'm not going up there, number one. Number two, as long as them roaches don't come down here, we all good, right? What happens, of course, a roach shows up on the wall. Now, to me, it seemed like one of those like flying roaches. I guess some people, depending on where you live, they call them water bugs or palmetto bugs or whatever, right? However, I'm armed. I'm fully armed. I got my spray. I had some spray with me. So I sprayed a roach, right? And here's where it gets really weird. When I go to spray the roach turns into this cute baby, trying to confuse me, trying to deceive me so that I would not kill it. I looked right at that baby and I lit it up because I knew it was a roach, okay? And then so another one pops up on the wall and I begin to spray it. And then like my trigger started to fail just a little bit, but I was very persistent. I'm like, I know the spray works and I know that this will kill you instantly. Sprayed it. This particular one turns into like maybe like a younger child, maybe 11, 12, could be a young teenager. I'm not sure. Once again, trying to pull on my heartstrings, which I did not care because I knew what I saw. I saw a roach. And when you think about roaches, they have multiple what's the word I'm looking for? Come on now, somebody help me out. Come on, Holy Spirit, I know you got me. They symbolize multiple things, right? So when you think about roaches, number one, they're resilient, right? Kill one, or you think you kill one, and there's 5 billion more waiting for your ass. Number two, when you and going back to them being resilient, they have been here since the beginning of time, probably. Like, they've survived the dinosaurs, they've survived atomic bombs, nuclear wars. Roaches have survived every daggone thing. Me going back and killing these roaches in an old house, it brings me to make sure that you're doing your shadow work, clearing up karmic debts, ancestral debts. We all pretty much have them. I mean, I'm pretty sure many of us have been on this journey a long time. We're all at different places in our journey. Nevertheless, we come into this planet, into this existence with some type of karmic debt, right? And some of that is ancestral. Some of that is built up from lifetimes, previous lifetimes. We haven't always been our wonderful, beautiful selves, right? that we are now. Nevertheless, I feel like, yes, it's a beautiful time for manifestation. And it's not that you cannot manifest. People manifest things that they're not ready for and they end up blowing it. So my whole point to this video, my intention is to put out there for you to do the work that's necessary, the healing work. And sometimes it takes going back into that old house, that inner child. We are in Leo season, okay? And Leo does represent the inner child, the heart chakra, So this is a time for healing and manifestation. If you do your healing work, you will be able to manifest. And again, it's not that you can't manifest without doing your healing work. There's plenty of people who manifested the lottery and ended up blowing it, right? There's plenty of people who manifested their dream partner, their dream job, and they end up blowing it because they were not ready yet. So sometimes you have to go back in order to go forward. When you think about roaches in general, it's like an infestation. Again, going back to seeing one roach is a sign of an infestation. So me going into that old house and killing, I'm not sure where I left off. I didn't even bother going back to look to see where I left off. I kind of got interrupted really quickly. I do want to, as I came to sit back down, I do want to address the fact that when it came to like killing these roaches, I felt like that was also facing your fears, right? So there's kind of like this push to face your fears. Things that you may have been fearful of in the past, it's time for you to overcome that. It's like you're overcoming those challenges, right? As we are entering through this portal, things that used to hold you back in the past are no longer holding you back. Being willing to let go, being willing to face your fears, because a lot of the times the things that we're fearing, it's not even that scary. I can give so many examples. I'm trying to keep this as brief as possible. I'll say this. There was a time where financially I was going through some things, right? This was a while ago. And a bill came in the mail and I would be afraid to open the bill. And so this one particular day, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to face this. Like, I mean, it is what it is. And I opened up the bill. It was a toll at that, right? It was like $5. It was $5 and then they hacked on the $50 late fee. Why? Because of that fear to open the bill. Random, but not really. Because when we're talking about this 888 portal, we're also talking about finances, 8 rules, money, finances, systems. So I feel like we're entering into this time. If you are on the timeline of doing your inner child healing, clearing up them karmic debts, clearing up past grievances you've had. And what I mean by that, it's not calling somebody up or sending them an email, hey, I forgive you. It's about you finding it in your heart to clear out your heart chakra, find that forgiveness for that person. Doesn't make them right, doesn't make what they did okay. However, it makes you free, right? So if you are in alignment with all of this, I feel like this 888 portal is going to be really, really big for you. I also feel like you still have plenty of time to do your shadow work. And then, of course, here comes the beautiful manifestations, right? So do your shadow work first. I would recommend to do your shadow work first. So guys, I was actually done with the video, or so I thought. I thought I was done with the download. I'm gonna have to insert this before I close out the video. So I walked away. I'm done with the video. I go grab me a bite to eat really quickly from the kitchen, and Spirit is like, okay, no, you're not done yet. Revisiting the old houses. Some of you may be tempted to go back to what's familiar. Some of us may be tempted to go back to what's familiar. That's a strong message, a strong warning. You no longer occupy certain spaces energetically. And to try to go back there and fit in there, let me tell you something. When I went to my old house, I was so uncomfortable. I didn't feel settled. I knew I did not belong there. So again, I don't know if you saw my last video with the bird box. If you have not seen it, I'll link it down below. But let's keep in mind that we have Mercury retrograde happening, okay? Mercury is in retrograde, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. I'm stressing Mercury because Mercury sometimes will have people from the past showing up, you know, and at that time, it may feel good. I felt awful last retrograde because Mercury retrograde, not awful, But I opened up a door. However, I opened up a door that I shouldn't have, with a friend that I genuinely missed. However, I knew that I no longer occupied that space and I could not continue that relationship. And I know deep down inside, it hurt her too when Mercury Mercury went direct, and it's like, oh no, I can't do that. I start thinking clearly. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. You no longer can occupy that space energetically. Do not go backwards because it's familiar. All right. Embrace the new, face your fears, and move forward with courage. Okay. Leo season is all about courage. When you think about the lion is king of the jungle. The lion is courageous. So use this 888 portal to tap into that courage that you have, that unlimited courage. Go into your solar plexus chakra and build up your confidence at this time. And watch how beautifully the manifestations unfold in your life when you let go of how it's supposed to happen. Okay, so we should also be in this space of surrender. Now, that being said, it's a little bit out of order because I'm gonna have to insert this in. This is a download I got after I thought I closed out the video. All right, guys, peace, love, light. Love you all. I'll catch you in the next video. So yeah, I just wanted to share that revelation or that dream with you guys. If you guys have been having some interesting dreams and you want to share in the comment section below, please feel free to do so. In the meantime, do your shadow work, do your healing. That's so important so that you can get the most out of this 888 portal. 888 abundance gate. Yes, listen to some 888 frequencies too.